Good morning, Steve. I'm happy
Hi.
to be here with you here in South Seneca Central Schools in upstate New York in Seneca County. I'm here with Steve Zielinski, who's the superintendent, and we're hoping that you can share with us why your school district has decided to partner with this Family Navigator partnership, and maybe share a little bit about the culture here in your school district and in your county and how the partnership has been helpful to you.
Sure, sure. We're a geographically large district with a relatively small population. It's a rural population, roughly 55% poverty, free and reduced lunch. For years and years, we've recognized that mental health issues sometimes get in the way of success in the classroom, progress, academic progress, social emotional progress with our students. And so over the years, we've put together a lot of different protocols, procedures, efforts to try and address problems both programmatically and individually with kids. And so we've had varying degrees of success. Sometimes we have great success stories, but often it's a reoccurring problem that comes up again and again. So we partner with agencies in the county. We try and do internal efforts and initiatives. And so when we started to learn more about the communities that care and this idea of a Family Navigators project, we were excited about that. So the idea of it is to bring somebody into our schools that's been through this from the family's side. Not a school employee, not somebody that is another school person that's going to knock on the door of these families or call them up, but somebody who advocates them and offers some way for them to see a path to success. Let's put it that way. So we do a lot to try and solve these problems, but sometimes what we find is that whether there's mistrust with the school or hesitation just because we're coming from the school point of view, that becomes a barrier in and of itself. And so it's really nice for us to have the Family Navigators project, which is sort of premised on the idea that we're helping families figure this out for themselves. Give them their voice, do a path that makes sense to them, because when it makes sense to them, then they're more engaged and it leads to better success.
Can you share a little bit about how the Family Navigator has also interacted with you and the staff here at South Seneca Schools?
Yeah, so we've talked about this a lot. What's the best way to make this all happen? So we've done some letters to the community. We've done some surveys. Our particular Family Navigator meets with me personally, meets with our principals, interacts with our staff members to try and help them understand the program. And then also we try to figure out what's the best way to connect our families with our navigator. It's not necessarily obvious, because it's not a school employee, and because we want to make sure that families understand that this is a partnership with the school, not coming from the school. We're a little bit careful about that. So we have ways that we recommend families to our Family Navigator. We have the person personally in our buildings to get to know the people and to make their own phone calls and sort of make it a little bit more organic and natural. And we're, in a couple of years of this, we're still quite honestly figuring this out.
And I understand that the Family Navigator also has become involved in early recognition screening project that your school district became involved with a couple of years ago and is assisting with that project as well. Can you mention something about that as well?
Sure. Yeah, we collect a lot of data in schools. We obviously have a lot of academic data, a lot of classroom data, and even some anecdotal records in terms of the kinds of supports that we try to put in place for kids. And so the excitement of having an early screener for a mental health issue, the way we've communicated this with our families, is it's just more data for us. As we try to put together an individualized program for our kids that makes the most sense, it's nice to have data that relates to mental health to help us understand our students a little bit better. And even I think sometimes for the family to help define their own understanding of their own son or daughter. And it just is more data for us to use as we build a program that we hope will be the most successful for that student.
Do you have any advice for other schools who might be considering developing a partnership like this?
Well, obviously, you talk about the cost of the program, you talk where is funding going to come from, and I guess my best advice is to keep an open mind, not to feel like it has to be an overnight success, that you're willing to commit to another way, another path to success for families, and at least make it enough of a commitment so that you're willing to keep coming back to the table. Be solutions focused. Try to figure out how to make it work and not think about all the ways that it's not going to work, if that makes sense.
Great. Well, thanks so much. We really appreciate your partnership and appreciate your comments today.
All right. Thank you.